wait. Yes. Okay. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, everybody. How are we all doing today? Yeah, that's what I like to hear. Excellent. Excellent. Yeah, so today we're once again going to dive back into this world of me being a complete failure. Yes, it's going to be rather interesting. I like it. Well, yeah, exactly. I want to. Wasn't there a new game? But yes. Don't save. Black, white is going to be this. Handicap. Let's do 6. There we go. Okay. So set as white player. Blah blah. Okay. Let's get started. But yeah. So today we're gonna do this because I lost a bet. Yeah. Well, you know how it is, right? You lose a bet, what else are you gonna do? Yeah. Oh, thank you. My throat does sound a little bit. You say that, but I guess it doesn't really sound that much better. Not to me, at any rate. No. Yeah, no. That's it hasn't really changed. Well, just mostly because it's been a long week and there's like no real recourse for me. So it's just gonna continue being a long week. So, we make do, right? So remember we talked about this position before. Yes, I'm going to get right into it. Well, I mean, we could, but no thanks. Remember we talked about this position before and how it was a very dynamic position depending on where you went with 6. Because if the 6 move had been down here, then obviously this entire position can be blown open by white quite simply, right? But in this case, it's not quite so simple. And really what we are attempting to do is to squeeze white just enough and reinforce these positions that we have just enough that we win. That's really the overarching plan to this, right? And so we used essentially a tempo advantage to do this, and then white usually will do something like this, and then we're going to use a tempo advantage to do something like this. And this is a very slow move, but given that I'm technically 6 stones ahead, this kind of move is kind of acceptable. You would never play like this, like especially 10 and 12 or even 8. You would never really play like that in an official game, simply because it is in a fair match, simply because it is just not really doable. Yeah, exactly. It's because like being 6 stones up is a huge benefit. Like it's huge. Right? Normally people aren't 6 stones up. That's not possible. Like if you're 6 stones up against someone that you would consider to be equals, you might as well just end it. Well, not don't end your life, but like you might as well just like stop playing, because there's no point. Like against an equal, of course. Yeah. So what I'm doing here that's different from up here is I want to create some territory here. I don't think 20 was the right move, actually. I think we should have gone one more and then done 20. Because what I was attempting to do here, actually, let's go back and try it. Let's go back and try it. Let's do one more, see what happens. And of course, if we look at it, we can see that it skews the victory probability for the AI as well, right? 1, 2. And partially that's just because, you know, we are 6 stones up. And you can see that this means that this is nicely protected. This means this is a nice show of force here, right? So, and obviously if white goes 23, I can do something more adventurous, or I can just simply play something like here or here, and that'll essentially save this area, which means that this area is alive enough that I can use it to carve something out here. And you see, that's exactly what white is doing, right? Because white is afraid of, like, if white played 3-3 down here, and then I just cut it off here, then this area becomes incredibly black, and that is too dangerous for white to really contemplate. And white can only do this really with some amount of safety, because I don't have a black stone on the star. Because if I did, then I wouldn't even go 26, right? I might go somewhere much deeper down. Oh wait, no, bad. What do I want to do? I feel like I want to do this. Oh, let's see what happened here. Oh yeah, of course. Okay. So I feel like I want to do this, because by doing this, I'm essentially saying I'll give you this corner, but in return I'll have all of this. Right? And you see, that's exactly where white is going, is white is going to try to take this corner. So a few considerations while we're here. This area to the left, or actually no, let's use cardinal directions. So to the southwest of 25 is a really good area for me to gain tempo, because it would threaten to invalidate all of this below. So if I'm threatened somewhere else, like up here or even up here, and I want to have a tempo move that'll both reinforce my, you know, growing happy camp here, then this will be a nice tempo move either here directly to the south or the southwest. But for that to work, we kind of need this stone to not be cut off right away. So to do that, we either do one here, or we attack first and then we try to run away. I'm more inclined to attack first and then run in that direction. Oh yes, I realized the numbers going up, and yeah, I thought this might happen. So if we go in this direction, essentially what that means is that we might claim 25 by doing something like this. Actually, maybe not. Nah. We can always go back, it's fine. That's why we have trees. So we can't cut off 25 because 33 will ensure this. So it turns out 30 is not a good move. So it turns out 30 is not a good move, so we'll move that way. Right, so the idea is probably 31 does something like this. And then we'll just hop one forward up north. And then this block will essentially have lived, right? So 31 does this. We could right now pull something like 32 in here to fortify this area, or we could run away with I think actually we'll do this. Let's see what happens. Because I would go here, right? But this I know is a little bit of a slower move. I wonder what the AI will do. Okay, excellent. So by having done this, we've sort of locked ourselves into a bit of a what do you call it? I can't word. I shouldn't be doing these so late in the day after a full day's work. Oh my god. We've locked ourselves into fighting for this position because we cannot give up stone 32. So we do something either here or we pull back like this. But you can see that by having these two stones here, we are essentially preventing white from coming down on the bottom like this. Right? So this might be a slower move, but it does very much defend this, and you see that's where white is doing that. And white obviously wants to create space here. But these two stones now no longer have as much value to us as they did before. Right? Because before what would have happened if we escaped here, then we would have continued to sort of suppress white down here. But now we don't. So here's the question, right? Do we give up this entire row to consolidate this central area? Right? Because if we do this for 36, what we're essentially saying is you can have this up to maybe like 11. Whereas I will have this, and I will probably have something up here. And right, so by doing 36, 37, that's exactly what white is saying. Even if we did this, there will be escape attempts on this end in the future where one bad move here could lead to a whole bunch of just like disappointments, cascading failures. Well, exactly like right now, I guess. I wonder if that's the right move. I mean, I don't think we should be looking at the win percentage on this because it is so low that like minute changes can actually propagate quite far, right? And so you see that was my point about it before, about 40 being a bad move, because this stone, if I choose to protect these two guys, that means white will simply escape here and invalidate almost all of our work up here. Whereas if I choose to attack in this direction, I'll lose this. Yeah, I'll hold on to this. And then white will probably escape in this direction. Let's see. Oh, why am I so bad? Because I haven't played this game in forever, right? Like, we've analyzed like 3 games. Pros tend to analyze 3 games a day, at the very least, and they, I mean, generally, I think Yeah, like you gotta live and breathe this because you need to know these formations. So once again, we're gonna do something like this. If white doesn't fill this in, then this becomes an important battle because if I take 41 and then I take 43, then 45 is also gone, and basically all the investments here are gone, right? So the idea now is this is ugly as hell. But sometimes you shouldn't shy away from ugly formations unless they are absolutely like sometimes you will have need for ugly formations, but it appears that essentially we've held them here when we originally wanted to hold them down here. And that might not even be the case, because this stone right now is not very killable. So like this entire formation is just us doing really weird things. So let's not do that. So 30. It's actually from 36, 37, and now 38, right? So again, that question that we had talked about before, do we simply stop them from doing so, like this? I assume white will do something like here or up or over this way. R8. Wait, what? Where's 39? Come at me from the top, why don't you? So you can see this obviously what this means is that this is going to push me back southwards, and then this is going to push me northwards, and then ideally cut down this territory as much as possible. But of course I also have my own kind of attack, which is 40, because this is a nice formation. These two are still a little bit brittle. They're not absolutely brittle, but right now they are definitely killable. So like 41 here, if I do 42 here, there is a good chance that 43 comes somewhere on this end, and that means that it's that 43 comes on this end, right? And the idea is to stop me from trying to get at this. But of course, because we have this stone is not perfectly positioned, because if we shifted everything up by 1, then we probably... Yes, exactly. I leveraged this to prevent an attack like this. Oops. Right, so by doing this, I have essentially created a safe space on this northern side, but I have admitted some amount of weakness on this end. 46, 47, and so that's why 47 is down here, because now suddenly there is a weakness in this block. Where? To the so like if I went here. Yeah, so if I went here, then white would go here, obviously. I go here, white goes here. And then this is safe, right? So there's no territory, but this is safe. And so see 49 is designed to compress this. Oops. No, we don't. 49 is meant to compress this area. And the question is, do we let it? Because obviously what 49 wants to do is have some amount of support from up here. Alright? And if if I play to the south and generally make 49 like allow white to build up in this area, then 49 is a win, a pretty winny move, right? Like, I mean, I think the AI still thinks it's not gonna win, but like if I allow 49 to simply be used as a way to narrow down this, I'll have felt like I let the AI like push me around. So instead we'll try this, right? Because remember, 49 is only good because once it's played out, it can have support from 11 and 45. So if I try to cut that off ahead of time, we're going to we'll see if that's any good. You're right. That's why we originally created this formation. And that's why we played this in this direction. Because we wanted it to create this space. And so, I mean, in some ways you see that I am still doing this. Obviously I can't kill off white. I simply don't have the moves to do so. So I have to so it has to live. So I want to chase it in a direction where it is good for me to do so. So if white plays here, oh, it's gonna play down here. Oh, okay. So essentially what we're saying is, yes, I'll accept this. Because normally, remember, 49, if I played 50 here, this would have been my best case. This would have been my best case. So I've given up one row. That's annoying. I don't think 58 doing that was smart. If we give it one more, then maybe. But yeah, the idea is I'm still trying to use this to generate space. And 59 is up there, so obviously this wants to come around and come attack with the white stone here. So let's see. I mean, you're right that we have support from this start, but that's not the problem. The problem in a game of Go is the fact that we cannot really kill the enemy, right? Like the moment that 49 was played, you have to make compromises. There's no way that you can leave this position without compromises. And so my compromise was to generate this area, but also to push towards the north so that I invalidate 45. Does that make sense? So in this case, of course, I can do something like this, which probably pushes white towards the north. I don't think white is going to play here. If it does, I'm going to look like such a tool. Actually, it might. Okay, that's fine. We're okay with this. So if white doesn't defend here, I'll have fun. I'll take that, and that's more dangerous. If white does, I'll probably just defend down here, and I'll be down tempo, but this will be safe, right? I'm essentially giving up tempo to consolidate this area, and whatever I can get here by creating this wall that white is now it's still not really capable of using to create territory, right? So say I did something like, I would never do this, but like if I played here, right? Because like you can't win in this. You can't win as a snake in this. So but still there are weak points in this formation. And this formation, I mean, it's probably alive, but it isn't necessarily going to generate any territory, if that makes sense. Right? Yeah, exactly. Exactly. And so the idea is, I don't need it to generate territory. And so, or rather, I want it to not generate territory. I want white to waste all of these moves and get basically nothing out of it. That'll serve me just as well as if they did generate territory, right? It's true. White is coming into this area, but this area is not. At least it's safe-ish. This is safe-ish. I think I'm still up, and then this corner I can still defend. 69. Ah, hello. That's annoying. So I assume 70 is gonna come here. 1, 2, 3, and then jump. Ah. So I wonder if 78, right? Like move 78, we should have played here. Or if I should have done something completely different for move 78. Like leave this. We talked at length about wanting to waste this, right? So if we leave this and then we just kind of like attack their weak points with something like this, like hop all over the place and essentially like give him one on this end, give him one on that end, and like keep up the tempo so that we can build up some amount of stones in this direction, right? So I did 70 to generate this move, so we did 68, 69, that's fine. And then I'm going to do something aggressive. Maybe this. Right, with 72 we're threatening a lead down into the baseline and then just straight across. And there's nothing they can do to stop us. If I manage to hit 13 with nothing surrounding it, this is gone. So this must invite some sort of, I hope. That's all I can say. What are you telling me? No. 73. Where's 73? 73 is down here. Okay. You're aiming to come across here. So, what if I did this? Maybe this is too in your face. 45 is basically dead. There's not much that they can do with 45. Yeah, it's essentially. Look, white has a 1% chance of winning. And so this is a way to try. I think white is trying to connect these two blocks. And we're just like all up in his face, or her face, about it. Ow. Oh. Mother. So if I take, obviously, then these two are these three are surrounded, and white just takes on 79 again. So obviously we can't do that. So we'll do this. I wonder if white just reconnects here. Or if white attacks into this. Where are we? 78, 79. Excellent. What if we did this? You know what? That's probably too ambitious. Yeah, this is probably too ambitious. Let's see, 80. Where's 81? 81's down here as a form of protection. And probably that's actually because white is like, why did you do that? That's retarded. Yeah, I can't really fault white for that. But the idea is now I do this, and I hopefully, and the point is to minimize the effects of all of these stones, right? Again, the point is, if I can make white waste all of these moves, then I'll have one. Even if they take 70 in this case, either via 85 here or 85 here, don't really care. Because this is pretty big area, so that's fine, you take that, I'll do this. The problem, of course, with this kind of formation is this is useless, right? This cannot really withstand a determined attack in any way. Oh, okay. Looks bad, resigning. That's interesting. Yeah, I don't know where to go with this. This is the first time that I think an AI has resigned on me. Let's talk about it, right? Let's talk about it, because the idea is that what we did with these moves, right? 70, 2, 4, 6. We didn't do 8, but 80, and then 82, 84, is that, or even 86, is that we're making this area really hard for white to live in. We can generate it. Actually, let's turn on analysis first. I thought analysis was on. Yeah, analysis is on. Let's show heat map score data. There's no score lead. Okay. A heat map win rate. Huh. Let's forward. Show coordinates. This. Excuse me. No, I don't understand. Because normally I'm supposed to see something. Yes, well, I mean, I kind of understand that you're only here to see me fail anyway, so it's okay. I don't mind. It's still just kind of strange. Yeah, I don't really know. Give me a moment. Let me look through the documentation. Actually, no, we'll just play it out live. It doesn't matter. So we're here. Let's save it first. Saved. Stream 2021 6/10 stream. Just the numbers. Oh wait, what? Where's 87? No, okay, white resigned. Are you still playing? Oh, okay. Okay. You're still playing. So you're just gonna resign each time. Okay, awesome. Good job. Thank you. Let's generate a move. Please assign an engine to the player first. Um, oh. Oh, I thought it was assigned. Set as white player. Yeah. Oh, set as analyzer. Show heat map, show win rate. Toggle analysis. Nope, I don't get it. Okay, it's fine. It's all fine. It's all fine. Let's go back to our move 80, right? Instead of playing 80 here, what if we had been more conservative and said, I'm gonna play 80 here? Alright, so what we're saying is I'm going to give you some space here, but I'm definitely not gonna let you in here. It looks like white thinks there's a the engines think there's a higher chance of winning. Where's 81? Hello? Hello? Play 8. Ah! See, now that's a more interesting one. I wonder why. So I guess 80 here is actually very interesting. Okay. So yes, I did say that 45 was dead, but I did also, when we talked about it, say that that's dependent on the lives of these stones. And so if the lives of these stones can be bought or can be fought for, then 45 still has a use. Oh, I shouldn't have done 82. Oh. So we do this. Force a retreat. These are very interesting positions. Where's 85? 85 is down there. Okay, so this is still another. This is essentially a I'm giving up move, I think. Because if I simply played this. This is a higher win percentage for white though than before, I think. I mean, it's off by like 0.1, but that's still okay. So they've still resigned. Is this the first point that white can resign? Oh, that might be it. How many moves are we? We're on move 86, 7, 5, 6, 87, right? Yeah. 1.3 looks bad resigning. Beforehand it was like 1.2, right? Can't remember. So let's go back here. Oh yeah, that's and then we did this, and then white said. So this is 1.3. I wonder what white thinks of. Okay, yeah. Okay, yeah. Yes, you've resigned. 1.17. So this to white is a completely different position. Interesting. I did not expect that. Yeah, I don't know. I wonder why this position is different from this position. Right? Like if anything. Oh no, it's true. No. No, if anything, this position looks more hopeless to me. But white thinks it had a better chance of winning here than it did here. Again, though, it doesn't. It doesn't really. It doesn't really matter that much. Sure, sure. Actually, I don't mind. I don't mind so much. Let's play a no handicap game. I'm gonna play with half a coin, which means I'm giving myself 5 stone handicap. Not 5 stone handicap, but a 5 territory handicap. So what the komi means is having tempo is important because then you can be attacking. Remember when we were attacking white up here before and white was forced to defend, and we created a nice little wall between I think it was here, 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 and here. And so between all of that, we've created this nice wall that meant that it was harder for white to build territory up here. That's the point of not a handicap, but a how do you say, a ability to yeah, having given yourself a handicap. No. It's the natural advantage of being able to attack, because then you can choose where you want to attack. So I mean, ideally, as black, we want to simply retain the initiative. If we can retain it for the entire game, then we will have had massive choices on where to attack for everything, right? But obviously that's simply not going to be the case. Like you can give it up, like give up your advantage for many reasons. One of which is stuff like this, right? Where someone just doesn't care about your attack. Like I could do this and essentially take the corner from white, and white will have taken the corner from me, and it would still be like just like whatever, right? I like how white thinks there's a 79% chance that it can win. That is hardcore. It's probably not wrong. So move 11 was terrible. Got it. What am I trying to do with this? I don't rightly know. I think what I'm trying to do is do this, force a response, and then do this, and then try to form some territory in between here. F4. I guess that means that this kind of move is too slow, right? Like if I were to do this, like you can see I'm trying to build this amount of territory, but obviously this is weak as hell, right? So any amount of 15 will just completely negate that, which means we need to do something about that, which is like this. Oh, 90% victory chance. That is... Oh. See, this is why I need a 6-stone handicap. So no, let's not do move 11. wonder if we just did that and said, you know what, you take this corner, take it, and then I'll reinforce this end, and then use these stones as a force to push northwards. Remember how... Oh, thanks for the big brain. Remember how in the past when we played this on an earlier version of Leela Zero, it would always go for the 3-3s. I don't know why it's going... It is also now going for the 3-3s all the time. I guess it really does, like, in terms of the in terms of the AI, it still very much prefers having the corners, and I guess that's kind of admirable, because the corners are easier, right? Like in there are idioms that talk about how corners are golden and edges are silver and sides are silver, simply because you don't have to work as hard to maintain them. So we've done this. Let's go down. I mean, we could have let this go and just completely played somewhere else too, actually. Because obviously white has to stop, has to do this. But then I also have to do something like this, otherwise it's a lost position. No, it's true. Yeah, I could have played 21 somewhere else, but that's not really like. Actually, no, you're right. What if I simply at this point ignored white, right? Like if white wanted to take this out, put 21, they can take 19, and then I'll still maintain some amount of tempo. So what if instead we did something like... I like how white thinks it can win 92, 93. Oh. Oh my god. Hi Sheldon. This game is called Go. It is a ancient, I guess, East Asian, what do you call it, board game. Yeah, so this game has about, what, 3,000 years worth of history to it? 21, 22, so obviously the engine still thinks that this is quite powerful. And also for reference, I'm playing against the latest engine that was trained by Google itself. Just for against an AI essentially that was trained by Google, and this AI has now been consistently beating the world's top pros, which makes it really sad. And you can see from here that bottom left that the AI thinks it's going to win really, really badly. So yeah, so this move 21 certainly didn't do anything to the AI, and you can see why, because the white stone here is really mitigating the influence of anything I play here. So what if we played in this corner? This corner. Still thinks R7. I wonder why it thinks R7 is so good. I don't see it. Oh, R7 really mitigates any territory I can build here. That does make sense, yeah. I suppose that makes sense. But by us gaining territory like this, right? Like, by doing this, we're essentially putting ourselves quite ahead. But the engine doesn't care. The engine still... No, that's not it. No, no, don't go there. No. So again, 21 is not. Huh. So I guess the easiest way would be for us, but this seems like such a slow move compared to any of these other ones that we've done, right? And you see the engine agrees as well. That's one of the slower moves. Um, where was this? Play R7, play C14. Play R7, play. Yeah, okay. So C14 turns out to be one of the better moves. Interesting. But I guess we've not really put ourselves in a difficult position quite yet. So we should simply continue this. Let's do that. Because yeah, this game is played often enough that certain shapes and certain positions are more common than others. And those things are called joseki, which is like a position that is firm or has been set because both sides basically gain nothing out of it, but it advances the game, right? Not every move that you play can really advance the game. 22. So this was the better move to prevent this from breaking. 22. What if we can do this? So the goal, of course, is to surround as much territory as you can, but you do it in such an abstract way that, like, the idea is to not have to kill the enemy by surrounding their stones. So you kill the enemy by surrounding their stones with your own, so that they have no room to move. But that is really how do we say? That is very inefficient, right? So we're gonna see this stone. Like I'm going to play here, and then we're going to see white take 23 because it's got no room left to move. And once 23 is gone, whatever's inside will count as a space. Yes, exactly. And so this'll count as a piece of territory for white because it counts. But we've played this game for thousands of years, so we know that this also counts as territory for white simply because there's no way I can kill white and take whatever's inside. If we want to go more abstract, this counts as territory for black, even though I only have 2 stones here. Because there is very little that white can do to kill me because we go one at a time, right? So, and then if we want to go even more abstract, this looks like it could potentially be white. This looks like it could potentially be black. And this looks like it could potentially be white. Oops. And so the idea is who can abstract themselves the biggest amount of territory to then. You mean down here? Yes, I could potentially. It's just quite a bit more difficult, right? Actually, hold on. Let's see. Let's see if I can demonstrate. So instead of playing 29 there, and of course white taking 30, if I play 29 somewhere down here, I could theoretically, if given enough moves, I could kill white. But the problem is that no matter how I go, like say I go 29 here, white will connect with 30, and then this stone itself is fairly dead, right? Like there's very little I can do to save this stone. I see 30, I could do this, they would simply take that, and I can't play in this corner because white could simply take my stone by going here, right? So if we go back here and I try to play in this position, it's essentially the same thing. I would have to have more stones on this outside for a move like this to be really useful, but I don't have the moves to get the stones outside without white responding, right? So again, like this doesn't. I have no. I don't have enough moves to surround any of this. So if I try to put the stones on the outside like this, white will simply save itself by playing in one of these two locations. Killing without capturing, we can't, because the only way to kill this particular how do we say? The only way to kill this particular block would be to capture it, right? Like it has more than enough moves within this block to generate the 2 eyes that are necessary for it to survive. So let's go back to 29. Because remember, as long as this lot is connected, it only needs 2 separate pieces of territory within it to survive properly. So no matter what I'm doing on the outside, white can always play here or here to create the first space here, and then it only needs to play the second move here in such a way that I can then no longer attack it. I wish I could. Oh, actually, let me just disengage the engine to show what I mean. Say I do this, and then white simply plays in that position. Even if I were to somehow, or no, let's not go here. As long as white plays in this position, there is no real effective way for me to, don't play. There's no real effective way for me to kill it. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1. Right? So suddenly it doesn't matter how much I fill this up. Like even if I were to do this and then say like white plays some ridiculous moves that have nothing to do with it, I can't kill this. So a group of stones is only considered dead when it's killable. And so when we start on move 29 like this group of stones is not really killable. That's really the unfortunate part of that. So we will go back to move 29 and see what else we can do. Oh, okay. Yeah, unfortunately we have to end here tonight, actually. It turns out that I have like 3 minutes to prepare for my next meeting. Yeah, we had fun, or I had fun. I don't know about a lot of you in the Discord. And I want to thank our viewers on YouTube and Twitch for actually contributing. Wonderful, love it. I stream Go streams. I like to say more often than I don't. Yeah, because it's the one game that I tend to come back to when I don't feel like doing other stuff. Like you as well, Sheldon. Thank you. It's the one thing I come back to when I don't want to play a video game, or I don't want to talk about my writing, or talk about my art or any of that stuff. So yeah, if that's what you're interested in, please welcome. Regardless, thank you again for watching, guys. Yeah, we will. I got another 4 minutes. So again, thank you very much for watching. In conclusion, Please don't do Chrome. Please download Firefox. And I shall see you guys tomorrow for our Friday stream. Yeah? We're good? Perfect. All right. Thanks, guys. Bye-bye.